Good evening, Speed Gaming. How are you all doing tonight? This is the White Witch Lyra, and with me tonight is the wonderful Hangry Canuck. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Looking forward to some action here tonight.
Now, here's the question. We just had crab cakes in Edgeworth. How do we follow up on
You don't. But with this party composition here for both these guys, it might be close.
So, a little bit on the background of these two runners here. 2-2. Lost to you in the first round, Fizzle in the second round, and wins against Captain Nerd and Momo. And then meanwhile, we have the wonderful S, who lost to Asher round 1, beat Allie in week 2. Tristal lost in team 3, and Mizato win in team 4. Whose momentum do you?
At the moment, with these party compositions, I seen Will in chat say it earlier. I think this favors Gregley right now, because he's more in tune with the black belt.
One way to find out, right? We're gonna go ahead and get these runners right off the bats in just a moment.
Question in chat, did they both just agree to not use fighter? Zenus, I'm unsure of that. We haven't actually been told anything, so I'm gonna guess maybe they agreed to it.
Alright, the countdown has been started. May this run be blessed by the light of the RNG and the orbs. Let's get.
And we're almost off. And go. No.
It's going-ish. The runners are definitely started.
And go.
There we go. Quick check of them. Oh, armor shop for SVJ. Nothing special.
A little bit of Invis 2 into white magic for level 1. That'll be pretty much not handy.
Fast cake. Fire 3. Black magic's loaded for level.
Yeah, that's gonna make the killing easy until the black belt gets up to full punching power.
Honestly, I feel that having both Harm 2, Heal 3, and Invis 2 in level 1 white is also loaded. That puts a lot of pressure on your red mages to split spell.
Yeah, because they can use that Invis 2. It wasn't slot 1, I believe.
Gregley sets out of the imps there.
Yeah, Gregley's the first one out of town, heading up to Temple of Fiends. Meanwhile, SaintVonJester going to pick up some camping materials.
Save so SVJ doesn't have to worry about menuing just in case there's.
Wow, that's a pickup in the first chest. Opal bracelet.
Incredible value for Gregley. Let's see if SVJ actually picks it up.
No, he's going straight for Garland.
SVJ ready to knock Garland all down.
He's going to burn the cape clean off of Garland with those fire 3s. See what's up here. A pure and a flame sword.
Flame sword's some pretty intense value early on for gear as well.
Yeah, I believe the red mage can use the floater from the king. And the princess has a crown. Now this leads me to think you have the crown and the floater. Do you head west first, or do you go east and check out Provoca just to see?
I think it's time to head west. Follow the old Oregon Trail for our runners here. Well, we're gonna see some route divergence potential.
I believe I would head west too. See what that crown holds.
Some veteran stress from Gregley encountering the manipulating table.
Looks like one of his black mages is taking a nap. Hey, I got it right this time. I called it a black mage. Interesting.
Unfortunately, it was me. Therefore, the level differences are just tiny bit.
Oh, looks like SaintVonJester's going east. Gonna check out Matoya, rob the old lady blind before... Ooh, oh, some good gold. But he nopes out.
8700 is really good this early on in the game.
Yeah,
yeah
I don't think I would have noped out of that. Though Gregley sells that flame sword for money.
Interesting there, but with a black belt, you don't necessarily need a weapon except for a little bit.
We have us some Elfland over at Provoca. Fade, level 2. Level 3, sorry, second slot. I'm unsure if that's...
3 as well.
I'm not sure if that's red mage learnable or not. I don't have a clue how those little red tables work for spells. I'm guessing no, because he noped out of there. Thank you, Etap. You the man.
Also, Wall is a very nice find for level 3 magic as well.
See what Gregley Puff gonna do. Is he gonna follow in Jester's footsteps, or is he gonna head west? Yeah, looks like he's heading east first as well. SaintVonJester's gonna rob the dwarfs before heading down.
They don't need money.
No, they'll be getting TNT soon. They don't need money.
They'll find some gold blasting over the canal that's already been opened up for.
Alright, SaintVonJester's going to give us our first look at Astos. Spoiler alert, I already gave it away.
SVJ makes the quick drop off, gets the loot from Astos, who Astos was, taking a nap, didn't appreciate being woken up.
I don't know if he's going to appreciate getting his tentacles burned alive either, but it's going to happen.
Having Dark Touch, well, we all know a certain spell that would be useful for Dark Touch, but we didn't.
Well, Gregley Puff's doing some more shopping here. Or doing some shopping, I should say. Meanwhile, SaintVonJester is probably going to keep heading south, check out the Elfland location. Yep, no fade for anybody. No fade for you.
Pretty expensive too.
3K for a house isn't bad. Depends where you put it, I guess. The land would be worth more.
Cure 2, White Mage 4, that's kind of pointless. Lock, Temper, Warp, Lock 2. What a level 4 black list.
Warp is what you want there. That's going to make the marsh cave more palatable, we'll say.
And Temper for later on. Gregley's going to have to remember to come back here later, because this is pretty...
Because SaintVonJester didn't pick up Warp. He noped out, so... Gregley Puff's going to have a slight advantage there. Oh, and it was on Rack Elfland. So obviously we're heading for Marsh. And that's where Jester's going.
Making the play to Marsh, playing fast and loose, that's SVJ's style though. Not so much with the safeties, but you gotta respect.
Well, really, Marsh is their only play now. Gonna burn off some encounters here. Meanwhile, Gregley Puff's gonna stop by the Kindly King and burn some tentacles away. VonJester going north, Upper Marsh.
Do you think that Gregley just received that loot and then Astos said, here, play that and just send me back to sleep, please? Instead of, being burned alive.
Possibly.
I guess that makes them the court jesters, is it?
It didn't happen, but good bit of money up the top. I didn't see what the first chest was he checked. But he doesn't seem to be noping out, so... I guess he's probably going to check those other 2 chests first, and then if they're no good, he'll probably nope out then.
I think I'd probably be the smart play right there.
Well,
Cannons
Gregley...
are pretty cheap too at 300 gold.
Oh, my screen just jumped big time on Gregley Puff's side. He
So
was in a
Eagle
town
is
and now he's
600
at
gold.
Marsh. So I'm guessing he noped out of that.
Yeah, there wasn't anything but money up there for the most part.
Gregley Puff's not even going north, he's going south first. We are going to have a high five from our runners.
And SVJ has knowledge, but Gregley definitely has the speed right here. Grabs the heal potion, probably a little salty about that though.
They look to be on the same encounter table as well, so... if there's something dangerous down here, they both could hit it, but so far it's been pretty tame.
Usually Marsh and Tame isn't something you would ever hear in the same...
No, I'm unimpressed. I'm waiting for the crack or the poison or something to come out. Iron armor, completely useless. That can go rust somewhere.
Oh, Muck's hitting kind of hard.
So we know this is either going to be the ship or the canoe. It's going to lead to the air. So,
Silver dagger for SVJ.
ambushed by some werewolves. Poison touch. That's vanilla.
Poor Red Mage is really low on health. Ooh, both of them on the out.
He's only got one pure and he's got 2 people poisoned. Hope you guys enjoy the sound of poison.
The poison song is the best song.
Unless we're on Gregley Puff's audio. But we can change that.
Friends don't let friends hear poison song for very long.
There's the canoe. So ship canoe looks like we're floater canoe looks like we're this might be a non-ship required seed. Well, actually with the canoe it is. Ship's not required.
Something the runners haven't done yet is check the old Hooray Dwarf, just to see if there's any extra dialogue.
No, this Marsh Cave's been pretty good so far. I don't really open my mouth yet because you never know. They still gotta get out, but meanwhile, Gregley's putting those fire 3s to work, burning some creeps and some bones.
Extra XP coming in super big for Gregley.
Yeah, those bones are really putting the hurt on SaintVonJester. Jean gets off the fire 3. Jean's only got 4 rounds of combat though. Till he goes down. But he's got lots of heal potions, so he's fine. Gregley Puff got his canoe and is heading out.
Tries to open up a tent in Marsh Cave. I don't think there's any room for that inside of the tent.
Geez, you can pop them on the airship. I think this dungeon's a little bigger than the airship. Could be wrong, though. I've been wrong before. A lot, actually, but... Alright, VonJester is out. I can only guess he's heading straight for his airship. I see some garbage emotes in chat again. I don't know why people are spreading garbage in chat, but...
I think our runners will be happy to pick up an endgame sort of some variety soon enough. But a long way to go before the endgame.
Yeah, because I mean, the Red Mage can use swords. I mean, if you find the Mazmun, a Red Mage is a viable attacker with the Mazmun. And the Vorpal as well, really, so... SaintVonJester's not even healing the poison. He's going straight for the air.
The boldness of SVJ. It's definitely something. And they're guaranteed at least being in the last chance qualifier, but this is completely for position.
And Jester is the first to the air at the 12-minute, 7-second mark. Gregley Puff will be close behind. So what would you...
sees that it's Crescent Lake being Gaia, that's...
So early game now. You got access to everything because you got the airship and you got the canoe. What kind of routing do you start? Do you do chest checks? What would you do first thing?
Well, without the key, I would probably poke around in maybe the second floor of Volcano really fast and then just see where things go from there, especially if I have warp access.
Yeah, I think I'd town check first. Check every town, because you still got 2 key items. And town checks are pretty easy.
Having that information is super good for later on, so you can potentially find, say, level 2 magic, but the way this tournament works with Town Shuffle, I haven't seen level 2 magic be a really powerful early game strat. It's usually locked up.
Still no vendor item either, so... But I think checking towns would be the way to go here, or even hit Sardi up right quick, which looks like that's what they're both gonna do.
The mighty Wilcleosis, the Dragon Slayer in chat, pointing out this is a really big opportunity for them to skip the last chance qualifier, move into the play and race directly. Yeah, because the last chance qualifier, there's only one winner that moves on from that, and everyone else can.
Question in chat, Kintuin? Nope, no loose yet. But we have all the motor vehicles we need. We got the airship, the canoe, and the ship. And Melmond is Provoca, and our runners are exactly doing the same route. Gregory Puff's got a lot more money at this time, though, so he'll be able to stack up on some spells better than SVJ will.
Nice 3 Bane strats for level 2 black magic. Very nice. Let's see what we got here in white. Transfer, and that's about it.
You can X for Fear Chaos at the end. But we'll see what Bicky's holding on to. Pirates jumping from the roof. Ambushing you. I was wondering where...
from the pirate captain.
Really?
It's endgame progression, or at least going towards it a little bit.
My stream must be behind you.
This opens up Mirage Tower, but generally you don't go in there unless you have the cube, but with warp, everything's a valid strategy.
Steel armor pretty cheap. Gonna be useless though.
No mighty steel guards for us today.
Where does Gregory Puff go next? He is flying away. Don't know where he's going. Don't see land.
Gregory's heading towards Guy.
Oh, SaintVonJester. We got our first route divergence.
Guy is Melmond.
Oh. SaintVonJester's gonna check out the Cardi Isles. 14k pro rings for sale. And all this equipment SaintVonJester's picking up is gonna be turned into money very shortly. Meanwhile, level 5 black, or white. We have a little bit of a frame right here. I seen mute, I think.
Yeah, mute was about it. And quad X, that's pretty nice. That's something to come back for.
That's definitely a spell to keep in mind, for sure. SaintVonJester not finding too much in the Cardi Isles at the moment, so... Just some silver and some gold.
All
more
part
silver.
of the Dragon's Horde.
More gold. And more silver. Silver bracelet's nice, though.
What a very nice collection of clunky weapons.
And the red mage can use the silver armor, so... We'll see if he decides to... Looks like Gregory Puff's back to buy his level 4 spells, Warp and Temper. He might be about to attempt an Ice Cave dive, maybe?
Seems like a pretty potent check early on. I would...
Well, you got the spells to do it. You got Fire 3, you got Warp.
That looked like harm 4 there for level 4 white. That's actually pretty strong of a spell too, but it was
Like SaintVonJester's gonna... Nope. He was gonna go check Lefinish. Now he's heading for Ordeals.
Now I do know with these flags that Ordeals is incentivized, meaning there's going to be something in there that's really nice for you. Potentially a little bit more than that, but we're going to see what it is. SVJ's smooth sailing straight over there.
Gregory Puff's heading down. This could be the Crescent Lake we're looking for. Or it could be Vanilla Lafane. Because they still have not checked the old on-rack, so. And it is Vanilla. So that means on-rack would have to be Crystal Lake. Gregory following in SaintVonJester's footsteps. Gregory's got the advantage in Ordeals. Gregory's got Warp.
I think Warp's not bad, considering you can actually just poke backwards in the Pillar Maze.
Exactly, so if this Pillar Maze is anything near confusing, Gregory Puff is going to have the advantage over SaintVonJester. But SaintVonJester takes one wrong turn and gets put back to the start. It's not pretty.
Oh, the pink Medusas are just saying hello.
Gregory Puff making his way through. He's back in a repeat room here. Gregory Puff is the first one to, well, he would have been the first one, but the Medusas are like, hello, how are ya? SaintVonJester, you gotta go up. This is where Warp would help him.
Sorcerer's having stun touch, that's kind of scary. They take a few hits into our part.
Yeah, especially with these guys, if they hit 2 and 3 hits, every hit has a chance to stun you. Looks like SaintVonJester's having a bit of a problem getting through the pillars at the moment. Meanwhile, Gregory puffs through. Oh, the Nightmare just wipes you out. How do you feel after that shot?
Well, they are called the Apocalypse Ponies for...
It would have to be you too, wouldn't it? Couldn't go for somebody else.
Always, because 12.5 is apparently 100%.
Now at this point, all things considered, would you consider maybe leaving one of your black mages dead?
With this party comp, I wouldn't feel personally comfortable with doing that because there's very little in the way of actually holding your party up, at least until you find a spot suitable for the black belt to grind up.
Ooh, X-Cal. Bye, X-Cal. That's useless. And Mount Ordeals was hiding some TNT. It's dynamite.
So we found a rolled up newspaper for Gregory here, and the incentivized chest.
So I don't know if he's going to do a bit of a grind here or not. I wouldn't say. Those zombie dragons look pretty tough and they hit pretty hard.
Oh, the Apocalypse Ponies have stun touch as well.
Well, this looks like Gregory Puff's healing up here. Maybe he is going for a bit of a grind. I honestly don't agree with this at the moment. I don't agree with this play.
Giving us the old stinger splash on the zombie dragons there, but ooh, they have squint!
That's why I don't agree with this play. But it got his red mage, so I have a feeling both these guys are going to be getting those black belts up to 32 or 45 or 78 sometime.
Now we know the regular cap on levels for this game, for this randomizer, is level 50, but how high would you feel going up, being comfortable with just this level black belt?
Wait, you mean going into endgame with just a black belt?
Oh, of course. Solo run.
Probably 40, probably 32. Maybe 42. Would all depend, I guess. I wouldn't use a
Finally.
black belt, so I'm not an aficionado of black belt.
Makes sense. Let's see what the Oasis has. Nope, still not the event.
Turning in chat says 32 should be fine. Should in quotations. When it's TOFR, everything is in quotations. Gregory Pup is going to find Crescent Lake. Crescent Lake, yeah. And the Ruby for 42k.
That's painful for our runners right there.
And the thing is, do you buy a 42k Ruby for 4 chests?
I would absolutely 100% not sell the Opal Bracelet just to gamble on Ruby strats. Especially not.
I have a feeling the Titan is going to go hungry today. Unless they're searching for that last loose item. We'll sell the X-Cal. You might as well. You're not going to be able to use it.
That is something that Gregory actually didn't do, surprisingly enough, because as you just mentioned, that's not something any of our runners can actually use.
And we're going to see TNT for... Oh god, you gave a drinking man to TNT? Bye, dwarfs. It's over.
So the dwarf takes the explosives, gives you a bottle with a poor pixie stuck inside of it with heavens knows what smell imaginable. Do you just go and set her free immediately and save her the torture? But Gregory does find the rod from the old confused.
Well, everybody knows... Well, they know where Gaia is, so it would be a quick check with the bottle. Which I think is what SaintVonJester has planned. He just landed at the wrong spot. Now you got her.
SVJ doing the humane thing. Let's see what SVJ gets rewarded.
Now you released the fairy from the bottle. What is it going to give you? Oh, if it gives you a cabin, do you drown it in the lake afterwards?
Drown the cabin? Sure.
No, drown the fairy. Put the
No,
fairy
of course
in the
not.
cabin and to the bottom. How do you drown a cabin? Sure there's a way.
There totally is a way, Future Sight. It was first brought into gaming in the Oregon Trail, where you would basically try to go across the river and completely get buried out.
Meanwhile, Gregory Puff is in the volcano. Waterfall.
That is the
Fun.
coldest volcano ever.
Yeah. Toronto Maple Leafs must have won the cup. Oh, wait a sec.
Spoiler alert.
There's probably not a lot of Canadians in here that are hockey fans. So that joke might have went on deaf ears.
Hey, my Sharks actually got through miraculously somehow, so there's hope for everyone.
Meanwhile, looks like SaintVonJester is figuring out that is going to check out LaFane and be, Oh, he's translated his slap, so he can do the check here now.
Chad apparently liking hockey a lot more than we originally gave them credit for.
Ooh, and the adamant. So do you follow this quest chain? You almost have to follow it.
I would take value in that on.
I believe Montreal won in '93. I think that's the last time a Canadian team.
Winnipeg almost did something this year, but we do have a lot of cockatrices right there, but fortunately they burned to a crisp pretty easily. They have super low HP.
That's a better fight to have than having more mummies than cockatrices. It's like SaintVonJester's gonna check the Oasis. But he already knows where the vendor item is, I think, so I don't know why he would...
Robot.
Really? Tail. So now you can class change and check the Cardi Isles while you're up here all in one.
Honestly, as far as that ideology goes, Gregory has not really been to Cardia yet, so getting this all in one trip is super nice. SVJ would have to go back twice. Saw Lightning 3 and Bracken level 6 black though.
That'll be good. Meanwhile, SaintVonJester was gonna get his... if he finds the right one. We're playing keep away.
Level 6 white was also Ruse and Harm 3. That's not bad, just with a red mage.
Gregory, where are you going? Gregory! TNT for the bot hole. Perfect. Gregory's gonna follow this chain quest probably. It's like SaintVonJester didn't turn the adamant in yet though. Went straight for Waterfall.
He did actually route the old men check in there, so that's not that bad of a strat.
Looks like Gregory Puff is gonna go across the ferry and get his slab. So now we have each runner doing what the other runner did a few seconds ago. So it's still a close race. No, I don't really think anybody has a distinct advantage right now.
That's actually a pretty legitimate call to make, I think.
I mean, even their levels are pretty well even. I think this is just going to be all about who grinds the black belt faster. And then goes in and gives the slap to everything in TOFR. Quickly is about to make his turn and get his adamant.
Ice 3 Apocalypse Ponies. I think you would burn spell charges at this point just to get some of that XP, because they give surprisingly solid amounts for a water.
Yeah, and they're extremely weak to ice as well, so one ice tree normally takes them out. Quickly Puff gets his adamant. I'm gonna warp out of town. Meanwhile, Mean Gene, healing up. No out of bounds bat today. Ooh, an unrunnable pack too. It's an unrunnable trap tile. That's never a good thing.
Well, poison touch, that's not too bad.
Meanwhile, Gregory is hit the air again. Looks like he is going to turn in the adamant. For a cube. That is one tough cube.
Now the cube does open up progression and opens up the entirety of Mirage and Sky combined together with Chime. That seems to be an ideal place for us to start our...
Meanwhile, SaintVonJester still hasn't purchased Warp, so he's got to walk out of here now. Meanwhile, Gregory Puff, I gotta think, is gonna head to another incentivized location, maybe. Gonna stock up, maybe hit ice and hope for a good eye grind, or do you think he's gonna hit volcano and hope for agama grind?
Well, Ice Cave is definitely something that would be an interesting play as well, especially if you have...
Yeah, because if you have warp, then you're really not gonna go where the eye is. Because if you do that, then you have to walk out without exit, so it would kind of be a slippery slope for a grind, I think. If I know Gregory, like I don't know Gregory, I'm gonna say Volcano would be his next play, because he probably wants to agama grind.
Oh, stops at ice instead. Here we go.
I guess I don't know him after all. SaintVonJester making his way into the waterfall. Greggly Puff heading into the ice cave.
Now, with this much firepower, I would definitely think Ice Cave is a pretty strong thing, especially with Fire 3, Ice 3. You have a lot of firepower to deal with all this.
I'm just wondering, is he gonna... Ooh, unrunnable images and rates. Wonder if they're gonna have anything dirty.
This is completely a resource drain, that's what this is.
SaintVonJester is out of the waterfall, heading back into Crescent Lake. Probably gonna pick up some supplies. Gets tired rowing. Ooh, he's gonna buy the ruby.
SVJ is seeing potential value in those 4 chests, but we're gonna see what they are.
Well, if there's a loose item in those 4 chests, that's gonna give him a big advantage over Greggly Puff at the moment. Because will Greggly Puff go back to get that ruby? Till the very end.
Question in chat, was there a fast floater? Yes, the king had it, so it's definitely a new...
Oh, and the black belt goes down. I think Greggly prefers the Agama grind better anyway than the Eye. So...
Both of them are... they definitely have their own merits, so... That question in the chat, yeah, they just hit him like a truck, and black belts didn't have anything to survive defense-wise, so...
And I thought he was going to use the warp trick, but he walked onto the tile.
Bypassed the left chest check and the right chest check. Greggly's gotta be feeling pretty confident there's gonna be...
Yeah, with warp though, well, I guess he wanted to take the fight twice. Ooh, that's some frozen herb right there. Meanwhile, SaintVonJester is going to follow in the footsteps of Greggly and hit ice. Yeah, SaintVonJester. Oh no, maybe not. We have a volcano play.
Heads over to Volcano instead. There's a lot of chests in the second floor right here, so we're gonna see what these are real quick. Freeze.
Frost Dragons with preemptive strike. And SaintVonJester straight for the armory. Some cash. Some more cash. Some more junk.
Now, SCJ might have forgotten about war, but that's something that's going to eventually just keep eating at your time. There's a ribbon right there.
That's a big loose ribbon. Was that a loose ribbon, or was that just a regular ribbon?
We shall see eventually.
Meanwhile, Greggly Puff firing up some bones.
There's the Bane Sword for SVJ, what's affectionately known to our community now with this tournament as the Game Clincher, and it's killed Chaos quite a bit for a lot of...
Greggly Puff is going to continue to clear out ice here. So we still got 2 loose items out there somewhere.
Excellent point in chat. Never count loose ribbon as a loose ribbon. That way lies to madness. Unless until you find... Silver helmets. A lot of money for Greggly here.
Opal armor. Useless.
Greggly's sitting on a large amount of money here.
Yeah, and he really doesn't need it. Well, he hasn't bought the ruby yet, I guess, but I don't know if he will.
Being this far across the world, possible.
Greggly's almost done with ice. Just getting some more money. Some more money. Lots of money in that hairpin chest. some wizards here. They seem to just like to attack. Don't seem nothing too dangerous.
With a smooth early game like this, you have to wonder what's waiting for our runners later on, because this is going to be potentially really...
It looks like no eye grind because there's the black belt's taking a little nappy poo. SaintVonJester must have been just doing an armory check and now he's getting out.
Finding a ribbon, though, you definitely feel confident about.
No, it's a good check. Whenever you come across a ribbon, it's not a wasted check for sure. Wrigley's out of ice, so we'll see what he plans to do.
18k gold bracelets for Gaia. That's pretty expensive, but at the same time, you have extra gold now that you've actually gotten that ruby by.
Yeah, it's the only thing SaintVonJester needs money for now is heals and stuff, so.
Speaking of shopping trips.
Good price on that opal armor too. So we'll see what the runners decide to do after they're done shopping, because SaintVonJester still has that adamant to check.
Honestly, if you're sitting at about 100k, I would recommend just buying like 10 houses and just like being set for the entire...
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Exit level 7 white slot 1.
But I think Gregley's heading for the volcano now. I think he figures it's time to grind. It's gonna be my guess.
So I guess VJ is ready to go into volcano and clear it out this...
Gregley Puff is heading to turn into herb. We'll see what the herb's gonna lead to. Could it be? Looks like the old lady's gonna get her sight back this match.
That's really ironic because in the vanilla game, she is the one that actually gives the medicine to wake him up. This is pure iron.
And there's our ribbon. So we know where 2 ribbons are. So what's left to be loose? Well, that one ribbon must have been one loose. For sure.
The Oxyale is something that's definitely missing.
So the Oxyale is the loose item left. Has to be. We have everything else, and we have a ribbon. SaintVonJester. Oh, we have another high five. They're both in the volcano. You got a feeling that they're gonna have to full clear the volcano, though. You don't want to make 2 trips in here, and I think this is where Gregley Puff's gonna do his grind. E-Tap, you are correct. Thank you, sir. You haven't found the key yet, either. So, looks like just key and Oxyale out there somewhere.
Ah, yes, the key would be the other loose item as well.
Hey, VTA, welcome into chat. How are you doing tonight? Ooh, a pro ring. That's a good pickup. That on someone you don't want to die.
SVJ not finding much on 4th floor armory there.
Except some Cerberus with frosts.
What is this madness we've come across?
In a volcano with a frost spell, you'd think it would just fizzle out right away.
It would just be like hot steam breath at that point, which was still kind of painful.
VTA? Who's our go dude? We don't have a go dude yet. We're missing a couple of very key items. We don't have a key, and we don't have the Oxyale.
Unrunnable red Hydros with this comp. This is a little bit scary, but SVJ gets through it.
Ooh, rare goes with sleep, poison touch, stun. Wow, all the status ailments. Here we get our first look at an Agama. We'll see how tough it is.
You also get the beautiful sound of Poison Song as well.
We'll see if SaintVonJester decides to do his grind now. Don't think they were tough. I think a little under 200 hit points, to be honest.
See if SVJ is interested in sticking around. It looked like it was taking a fair amount of
Doesn't look like he's too keen on sticking around. He's healing up everybody, so... Oh, maybe not. Could we have dual Agama grinds?
Doesn't look like it. Just gets the Opal Gauntlet and the Snubs.
Because, yeah, SaintVonJester hasn't been in Ice Cave yet. Oh, there you go.
Gregory about to find that ribbon there.
But at least SaintVonJester knows now that that volcano holds nothing, so he can go mode that the next time he's through. He's got that information.
Well, the only other thing would be the Red Dragon.
And as we know, Shrine and Sky Tower are on the table right now.
So to catch the chat up, the loot was actually something that was given by Astos. No loose loot. We are still looking for the key and the Axial. That's our loose items.
Looks like Gregory Puff cleared the top floor. He's gonna head. You gotta think he's gotta try to take. No, he's gonna grind. Loose rod behind a vampire. I'd like for once to see something in Keylock Marsh. Alright, Gregory's heading down to check the bottom floor of Volcano. SaintVonJester's in ice, so... see how it goes. SaintVonJester still doesn't have warp though, so he's gonna have to clear the bottom floor. This not having warp for SaintVonJester is costing him time.
Now this is something that we didn't really see Gregory go after here early on for SVJ. This might potentially be interesting. Nope, just a silver gauntlet. Nothing to see here.
Move along, move along. The real worst would be a cabin seed with loose key rod loot. I think a loose floater's pretty bad. One of my races, floater was loose in Sea Shrine. That wasn't pretty.
That was some glare right there on the undead. Down goes two of SVJ's fighters.
Oh wow. Especially with this party being unrunnable.
The third one turned to stone. SVJ's down to just a red mage.
Good thing he got that ribbon.
Chooses to reset out instead of actually going on the offensive there. I can go along with that. That was pretty much a near wipe at that point.
Looks like he's gonna go check Sky. Could be wrong. Why does everybody prove me wrong?
SVJ just wants to take us on a world tour, that's all. As Gregory is actually going straight into deep.
I think SaintVonJester's gonna check this adamant out. Get his ribbon. No, didn't get a ribbon, was it? The cube. So let's see if there's anything good in Mirage. Because I have a feeling SaintVonJester's gonna go back there.
Just to catch the chat up, the chime was located on the pirate Captain Vicky, so yeah, definitely.
Looks like SaintVonJester's gonna check the chest. You know, he wants the opal bracelet. He didn't check these chests earlier, did he?
But the opal bracelet is always a nice find regardless of what level you...
Might be kicking himself for not checking this earlier.
Loads that top red mage up. I like that play. All the defense right there.
Alright, Gregory Puff is at the Agamas here. I think he's going to test to see how tough they are. See if he decides to grind.
Now, while you're doing a world tour for SVJ, I think now would probably be a good time to actually turn in the ruby since you have nothing else to do, that you have your heart set.
Looks like Gregory Puff is starting his grind. He's gonna power up his black belt here. Yep, it's grind time.
And while we move over from grind time, SVJ is actually going to go check out Mirage for us. This is our first...
Grind mode engaged.
Grind.exe.
Ah, from the Mega Man series.
That's a wear sword. I think we can... I think we know where to...
Doubt. Well, first floor Mirage didn't really hold anything good.
Field staff is great considering his party setup and the relative lack of healing magic for our parties. That might save a little bit of time for SVJ. Chooses to actually...
Here we go. Gregory's gonna get the other guys down to 1 hit point. But now, his black belt
is going up to level 2.
But his black belt still doesn't have the power to take it out on its own, I don't think. Not in 1 hit, so... This could be risky. If that Agama shows anything bad.
Honestly, when you're sitting at 2 and 2 and you don't want to skip that last chance qualifier, it's time to make all of...
It's time to put something to the wall and put your foot down on the gas.
At least I wasn't the first one to go down this time. SVJ is gonna be the last.
You survived, almost.
And... oh, Agamas have trance. It's a hypnotic pattern, and aka the dance dance.
He's got the ribbon though, so he should be okay.
And they have glance too. That's kind of scary, actually. That's not the first time we've seen glance.
Alright, so, in chat, what level do you think Gregory Puff's going to?
SVJ taking out the greater than left.
We got 37, 32, 50, 42, 32, 42, 29. Wow, we're all over the map here.
The old Twilight Sparkle fan club for SVJ. Uses the mage fire threes, gets it.
Oh, I think once he gets the black belt to 32, or oh, trance hit. They got cremate. This could be bad.
Gregory gets the 1% rule. Giant sword for SVJ.
Oh, he snapped out of it.
Short sword cabin. Floor 2 a Mirage bot.
That's gonna scare you a little bit. If you're Gregory Puff. Alright. Well, Gregory Puff looks like it's probably got, I don't know, say 10 to 15 minutes of grinding to do, so we'll come back to him in 15 minutes, unless something exciting happens. Jeans down.
And since we're sitting at 51 minutes here, this is round 5 action for our runners for SVJ and Gregory Puff. Both of them are 2 and 2. My name is Lyra the White Witch. I'm joined tonight by the Hangry Canuck. We have quite a race for you folks, and currently it's a little bit of a grind, but that's okay. We're going to see some progression soon enough.
Yeah, and we can't forget about our tracker in the background, keeping us on our toes. Danny, thank you very much.
And the Agam effects have started. You're going to be here for a while, but...
SaintVonJester's roasting some more vampires here. So, I haven't found any loose yet. But I don't know if SaintVonJester has the levels to take down, oh, he's leaving. Looks like Greg
levels off of these isn't bad.
No, this is good for SaintVonJester. But I mean, if he's just gonna grind his black belt anyway, how high do you want your other characters to be, really?
Usually 20 to 25 is the safety net for a fast, loose Temple of Fiends play. I can get...
Well, Greg Leapuff is easily one-shotting the Agams now, so this grind's gonna go a lot faster for him.
Would you say this is more like kick punch, it's all in the...
It's definitely gonna be a beatdown. Yeah, picking up a couple of spells. I wouldn't say big advantage yet. There's that 3 and 256 rule.
We've already seen the 1% rule of the seed so far, so it's gonna be interesting here.
But he should have no trouble with Carrie unless Carrie pulls out something crazy, spectacular.
Oh, and SVJ sees the warp fly.
He's gotta be feeling bad about that. Have we seen fast yet? I don't think we have.
Well, the only spells that we haven't really checked were in Lefane and then Gaia level 8, so that's probably...
So it's a good bet they're probably not gonna have fast. But with a black belt, do you really need fast?
I think you gotta go faster, honestly.
See what SaintVonJester decides to do here. He's going back to stock up a little bit, revive his light warriors. If Carrie has stun or death touch, that would completely suck. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he's grinding the black belt now. He's got to grind him as high as he's gonna go, so we can just blow through the rest of the game. So if he's going to 42, he's going to 42 right now.
Question in the chat, is he in Gum?
And the answer is no. We're short a key and some oxy ale. So we can't breathe underwater and we can't open doors.
Now, as far as interesting items goes, Canuck, you want to go ahead and give us a small recap since we're now?
Well, I suppose we can do something like that. And we started off. The king had the floater. Sarah had stole the crown from the king, kept it for herself till she gave it away. Astos gave us the loot. Marsh was the canoe. Sarda had the ship. Vicky had the chime. Ordeals was TNT. We all know the ruby was 42k in Crescent. Sages had the rod. Narek had the bottle. Fairy had the slab. Lefane was the adamant. Blacksmith had the cube. Robot had some tail. Ice was the herb. Prince was the crystal. And Matoya was a... So basically, all the quest checks and all the incentive items are found. We're just down to loose.
So there's a lot of decent items that are still in chests here. We all know the Excalibur is not something that any of our parties are going to be used here. That's just money. But there's also really valuable things like the Mass Immune that could actually be brought up. The Vorpal is something that the red mages can use.
Yeah, but with a black belt, you really need someone else that can hit. You're pretty much just going to want people to cast Tempers.
And then you would preferably want the Defense Sword or maybe White Shirt. Power Bonk also helps. How good do you feel on your gear at this point? If you're
honestly, if you're doing a solo black belt grind, you got the opal bracelet, you got a ribbon. I mean, a pro ring. I'd feel pretty good, because you know your other guys are gonna die because you're not leveling them. So as long as your black belt's protected, I think you'd feel pretty good.
SVJ makes it back to the eye room, goes to the basement. Probably gonna be a little bit disappointed if he actually checks these chests though. Nope. She's...
Is this gonna be his grind now, I wonder? So what is Greggly Puff at? He's only got 20 heal potions left, so he's gotta be careful. Because I know it's match against me he did this. This is what he did, and he ran out of heal potions and he died 2 steps from the exit. And I'm pretty sure that cost him the race.
Definitely wise words there from first person experience.
Yeah, I got first-hand experience in dying to random stuff. You play the game long enough, you die to everything. Wonder how high Greggly's going though. He's at 8 hits now. I don't think you get any extra hits, do you?
Greggly showing us the true way of the actual Parappa the Rat.
He must be going 42. You get more at 42. Holy crap. Meanwhile, SaintVonJester is doing an eye grind, it looks like. Unless he's fighting that same eye, and it's pretty tough. But now he's doing the grind. Is he going to let his other characters die? I wonder.
Well, the black belt is in slot 3, so it's the least amount of being able to be hit at 12.5%.
Yeah,
so,
it looks like he's putting them up one at a time. Ah, Greggly Puff is done at the 1 hour mark. Now, can he get true carry?
Looks like Greggly stopped around 36.
So now we have grind. Greggly's grind's done. SaintVonJester's grind is about to begin. So who do you give the advantage to right now?
Honestly, like, this is gonna come down to Temple of Fiends. I mean, hey, there's a katana, or I'd call it Cash-ana in this particular setup. Greggly definitely has the levels now. Definitely is going to start punching everything into the ground. Has the ribbon, has the old bracelet. Gotta be feeling confident for Greggly here. SVJ is just getting started, so it's going to be interesting to see how far of a lead that actually Greggly develops before SVJ is done.
Oh yeah, 8 hits, 370. Oh, Carrie puts him to sleep with sleep too.
This is the whole cast, though.
Carrie's gone down like a sack of potatoes.
Greggly at the 1 hour mark definitely gets the first orb on the board, so this is pretty hype.
But now what do you... Now where do you go from here? Because you know you've got 2 loose items to find.
So Greggly definitely checked the second floor armory, so Greggly has at least one.
You think he's gonna go buy that ruby?
Is that much money? I don't know.
Because I don't think SaintVonJester checked the ruby yet, did he?
No, SVJ basically went to ice at that point.
Oh, you're coming back to life.
Hooray!
For how long, it remains to be seen, but... he's gonna toss away some unneeded stuff. Equip his mages back up. Alright, so SaintVonJester has one more character to kill. Or is he gonna grind? Is he gonna two-man grind this?
It looks to be the play here. Leaves the red mage in slot 4, so less of a chance of being hit.
I kinda like this play. We got Gregley going back to Marsh.
Checks the top of it, actually. Now, we have seen what's up here, and it's a whole lot of nothing, so Gregley's going to be in for a little bit of a timeline.
Well, they are looking for that Oxy Ale, because... which I have a feeling is going to be in the Sky Tower somewhere.
With chest density, though, would you really want to actually go all the way back into Marsh, and then just... I don't take this play.
I wouldn't touch Marsh. Ever. Once you get the incentivized item out of there, don't go back.
I would imagine there's been seeds in the Swiss stages where going back into Keylock Marsh was probably a thing, but it doesn't seem to be.
Alright, he's out of Marsh. Let's see what he does now.
That's not bad, only about 2 minutes lost there.
He's gonna promote. I guess this will be his promotion check to Cardi Isles trip.
Meanwhile, SVJ is punching the punching bag away, just building up that XP. Both of them at 20.
Now, if you're two-manning this, it's going to take you longer to get up to 32. Do you go to 32?
You have the key items, you're in a really good spot right now. This isn't a particularly tough monster that's actually hitting, so I think this is actually the time.
But I think he's going to stop. I don't know if he's going to go as high as Gregley Puff went. I don't think we've seen much in the Cardi Isles, did we?
There's the mage staff, that would have been pretty handy earlier on.
Alright, Gregley's going to continue to check the Cardi Isles while SaintVonJester is continue to grind. So we kind of got a bit of a relaxed time here. If there's any questions in chat, feel free. Blast away.
Also, a special shout out to Speed Gaming for hosting us tonight. This is round 5 action, and you are all joining us for the grinding adventures of SaintVonJester versus the punching bag strats.
I think this is the first Swiss round we've probably seen this. Black Belt grind against Black Belt grind.
This is definitely a unique seed, so I'm actually happy our runners gave us a little bit of quality entertainment by mixing things up a little bit.
Looks like Gregley Puff's gonna check out the old Gaia place. I don't know what he could be looking for. Melman. Ah, some level 5 magic.
Yeah, it buys the Quad X. Definitely nice.
Can use it now. I don't think they could use it before. That means he's got money to burn. Literally.
Haha. Skips the mute spell though.
Oh, pick himself up some pro rings. Gregley Puff setting himself up pretty good, I gotta admit.
Gotta feel comfortable, gotta start going fast. I think definitely Mirage at the Sky is the plan.
Yeah, it has to be, because I mean you're missing that Oxy Ale. And if it's not in here, well, there is Earth. But you probably don't want to clear Earth until the very end.
The dreaded E word that has actually plagued some of our runners this tournament.
Alright, and Gregley is gonna go clean out Mirage now. You know he's gonna go up and punch Tiamat's lights out too.
SVJ running into the Glare Fun Patrol.
This must have been one of his off steps. I'm guessing.
Ooh, stun touch on the chimeras. That's pretty scary. These things are pretty hard hit.
Yeah, I don't understand the point in taking fights right now for Gregglypuff. You think you would have kept your mages around a little bit longer and got them some levels, and then you wouldn't have to take any more fights because your black belt's high enough, right?
That is definitely a valid point.
If I was going to do a black belt grind, I'd probably grind all 4 till they're 20, then grind the black belt as high as I want. Then you don't have to take any more fights, really.
Plus it's the old unrunnable ones, in which case you would just punch things in the face until it is.
Yeah. Be like E-Honda. Fist the flying. Meanwhile, SaintVonJester are going to turn in his herb. Realize he's going to get a crystal. Ooh, black belt down. Black mage down, but it's not you. You're still up.
Hooray! Not the first to die.
Are those vampires unrunnable, or is he just taking them to take them?
No, they were definitely runnable.
SaintVonJester gets his second ribbon.
Gregglypuff about ready to get kind of salty about this particular late greater than left.
SaintVonJester heading back to ice now. I didn't realize he had left. Oh wow.
I see the Mirage grind right here.
He must be going back to check the chest now, I guess. He's got his grind done, he feels comfortable.
It's a feeling of safety for SVJ. That was definitely something that was lacking earlier.
He didn't go as high as Greggly did with the black belt though. Man, there's a lot of vampires kicking around this Mirage Tower. Why don't you just smash open a window or something? Kill them all right away.
But all the windows are boarded up because this is the floating, wonderful castle.
Alright, we're gonna see a blue dragon get one shot. Nope, we're gonna see him run. Ooh, unrunnable mummy, whiz mummy.
As usual, the blue eyes white dragon goes completely neglected in these.
It's the guy with all the Yu-Gi-Oh references.
If there's one thing I'm known for, it's definitely references. That and more.
Alright, we're gonna get our first look at Sky. Now you think if he finds the Oxy Ale, he's still got a full clear though, because there's still a key.
That is absolutely 100% true. Checks the bottom one first. I like this. Don't like what's in that chest though. It's only 200 gold.
This is where he should be using his warp spell.
Possibly conserving the charges for something else.
Well, I think he's got it on both his black mages, doesn't he? And I think if he's got it on both of them, they should have enough charges. 4 charges each, so he's got 8 charges of it. So in theory, he could do this room and do the upper room with warp.
I'd be saving third floor. Finding out that it definitely conflicts with the temper charges. And you might be saving a couple of those for potentially our Lord Zordback or even TMF.
Yeah, I think at this point with his black belt, even if he finds the metal chicken, he can just punch it to death. I can't see him needing temper. Did someone say Warmack? I like that emote.
Definitely said Zordback. Gregory continuing to make the old sky ground. Up to the second floor now. Gets a house pier post.
Sorry folks, it appears that we're having a little issue at the moment here. Hopefully you can still hear us.
So it looks like SVJ is actually going to be going back into Volcano and pushing towards carrying. Gregory finds the Vorpal though.
I still have nothing. Sorry folks, but I can't tell what's going on. Lyra will have to handle it for now.
So Gregory is on the second floor of Sky. SVJ has already made it way back down to the fourth floor of Volcano. Definitely speeding straight up. Looks like we're still looking for those loose items. Gregory on the third floor of Sky. Meanwhile, SVJ runs into the old Trance Revolution for the...
I didn't break it.
Gregory running into those pretty vicious red hydras, but chooses to use the Ice 3 to actually blast.
I guess I can switch to the old phone.
Actually, SVJ looks like to be pulling carry 1 here. Looks like Gregory's still doing the full clear. Doesn't want to actually come back up here a second time. Finds a heal helmet. That's pretty decent, but not ideal in this situation. It looks like SVJ has actually punched Carrie to death and gets his first. Now Gregory is still clearing up the second floor of Sky. Finds the cash staff for the power staff. That's a little bit unfortunate here. SVJ meanwhile going back into Mirage again. Gregory finds the mass immune on the second floor, right? Oh yeah, SVJ is flying through the second floor. He definitely wants to catch back up here, and runners are pretty much almost neck and neck. SVJ running into those unrunnable mummies and wizard mummies again. Just blast them all with fire 3. Oh, SVJ actually met up with our friend the Blue Eyes White Dragon and actually started punching it to death. Finally gets some attention this.
Looks like Sky's been pretty much a bust right now.
There's a pro cape on 3rd floor. That's pretty decent for gear.
So you haven't found the Oxyale up here. You gotta be thinking to yourself, where can it be? Or the key, even.
Get your Bless RNGs out. We're almost ready for the wonderful Lord Zord mech. Now, neither of them has found the Dragon Sword, so this is lower chances, as it were, in the main category.
Oh, I think Mecha Chicken is scared. Puff all buffed up. Runnable airs, that's not too bad. Ooh, the golden run across the bridge.
No Lord Zord mech for Gaggly. Gets straight into Tiamat too and just resumes punch. Deals with her really quick.
That's a bit of damage. I guess it gotta be Earth.
The feels. At least you can full clear Earth at this. Don't have to make a second trip in. Looks like SVJ is going to come up with a Massa here shortly as Gregory doing some shopping here. Finishes stocking up on the gold bracelets. I think that was definitely the nice play here, considering where we're going to be going into. Ice 2, Sleep 2 for level 7 Black Magic and Gaia. That's still not. Gregory making the cave, Earth Cave play. Making the very strong play of actually manipulating the encounter table before going in after each reset. These vendors have definitely studied up on advanced. As a first floor of Earth is nothing so. Yep, confirmed complete junk. Gregory can move on. Onto the second floor of Earth for Gregory now as SVJ is continuing to climb the old Sky Tower. Oh no, the Earth Elementals have Zap. That's actually super scary. There's a light axe for Gregory in the second floor of Earth, though. That's actually pretty decent equipment, but not so much later on. Unrunnable truck. Oh, we're almost... Gregory to the third floor of Earth, building on that lead now, as SVJ is still checking. Still looking for that loose key and that loose oxyale for both of our runners here. Gregory gets bad block. Gregory not getting turn order, he has to spend a lot of time eating heads, but Fire 3 takes care of the entire Earth cave.
Okay, I have Gregory Puff fighting some Geists and Spectres.
Yep, and there's some unrunnable cockatrices right there too.
So I am going to be a little behind, but I should be okay.
Happy to have you back, Canuck.
Does your stream work again?
Yep, we're all good here. SVJ has actually finished up the sky grind, hasn't seen anything of particular value besides the not lack of the key.
Looks like Gregory Puff's on to clearing out Earth now. Still no check on the ruby chest, eh?
Not that I've seen. That's something that you definitely put off for last normally anyways, even though the Titan does deserve.
I mean, they're still missing the 2 loose items. I mean, you've cleared Sky, Let's just hope Gregory Puff remembers where that ruby's at.
We get to see a rare Earth encounter here on the 3rd floor that people don't normally do, only finding an iron. Hey Canuck, what's that blue thing right there standing in?
Blue thing? Where?
Exactly.
I don't see a blue thing.
Neither do I! SVJ is getting ready to go across the Bridge of Destiny though.
Gregory Puff was about just wiped out the vampire. Vampire was hoarding about 10k, not too bad.
Here's the old top side of 4th floor. As SVJ completely blasts down the red hydras that are unrunnable. Ah, there's the fast, it's level 1. Second light axe for Gregory.
Light axe is always a good pickup.
More so in Ice Cave and Earth Cave, but it has its uses elsewhere.
Black shirt's a nice find.
So you have the 3 great legendary swords, and you don't need them all this seed, even though you can equip 2 of them. You're not hurting for money, so I think it's just going to sit in SVJ's inventory.
Yeah, he's already passed the window, so the Vorpal won't be flying away. Although I think he's Team Vorpal, so.
Oh no, SVJ is definitely Vorpal and the Excalibur. Oh, there's the actual ribbon there for, what was that, the 4th floor deep for Greg?
So all 3 ribbons have been found. Gonna make his team pretty powerful. Gregglypuff's gotta feel pretty good right now.
With all the gear, all the levels, yeah. This is definitely go mode for Greggly as soon as he finds those loose items. He doesn't need power block.
Term and Marsh top was checked, and TOF locked was checked.
Actually, only regular TOF was checked since we're still missing the key, but you are definitely right about the top of Marsh being a complete.
I mean, that Titan's gotta have something. You would think.
That lich had something too. It's called 1,000. Greggly lights the earth orb up too.
Because now Earth's cleared and we still don't have a loose item yet.
My runner's starting to feel a little bit desperate. Hour and a half in, completely still key locked. That was the part where you actually start double backing on something. It looks like the potential Ruby play is going to be huge here. The odds of getting something else are pretty low.
I think Gregglypuff's going back for his Ruby.
Yep, SVJ is going straight into the Titan. We're going to see what this has.
Could this be the Oxyale? Could this be the key? Could this be nothing?
17-18, soft potion. There's the loose Oxyale right there. SVJ scores big, 5.3k, not bad. We got one of the things we needed, and we can actually run into Sea Shrine now and actually start digging out.
Alright, looks like my stream is back. I might not be behind anymore.
Oh no, but SVJ is going to go into Earth first instead of Sea. That could potentially cost him if he stops to check in.
Meanwhile, Gregglypuff's gonna get his Oxyale. And now, do you give the mermaids a look?
Yeah, I definitely would. We already know that Earth Cave is complete. It's got a ribbon in it, but that's about it. SVJ doesn't seem to be stopping for anything though, and I don't blame him.
There's keys still loose out there. SVJ doesn't know where it's at.
SVJ making the gamble here that Earth is not the play, and it's gonna catch him up.
And Gregglypuff is gonna head down to sea. Let's see if he goes to the mermaids or if he goes Kraken's way first.
There's Lamp and Cure 4, level 7, white. Out.
You ain't seeing that.
Doesn't even bother to check the level 7 black, goes straight into Sea Shrine. Looks like he's going mermaid side potential. Oh, no. Proving us wrong.
He's just gonna check these 2 chests and move on. Gold Cheerio and 600 gold. Nope and out.
Cheerios are great, especially honey nut flavored.
Yeah, Cheerios are good. I've always called it a Cheerio. Don't know why. Gregglypuff is heading Kraken's way first. But I mean, now you don't have the key. And yeah, so the key room here doesn't really matter.
That is true as well.
So, if it's not this way, it's gotta be at the mermaids. Because I don't think there's...
have glare.
Because I'm not sure if there's anything left. Besides sea.
Those ogres have their eyes on SVJ, but SVJ says, nah, you're not. You're not. There's the dragon sword, way too late though.
Too little, too late. Once Gregglypuff finds that key, it's complete go mode for him.
Absolutely. SVJ is taking a little bit of time here on the 3rd floor Earth to actually check chests. This is going to start to creep back up on him quick.
And there it
There's
is.
the loose key for Greg.
Go mode. Engaged. I don't think he'll check another chest unless he kind of checks the easy ones. Nope. This is gonna hurt SaintVonJester big time.
Yellow rock lobsters, nothing special there for Gregory. SVJ is going to go ahead and pop the top open to go into 4th floor Earth.
Meanwhile, Gregory Puff's making a beeline right for Kraken.
I like this play. You definitely don't need anything else for gear because you don't have a fighter to worry about gearing up for this.
Yeah, and you don't need the bonk with your black belt like that. 1 or 2 tempers will be enough to have him up in the grand. Easy.
Big Eye is having slow. Well, yeah, this was a pretty slow seed now that you thought about it. SVJ finds a black shirt, though. That's actually pretty interesting overall. Makes C a little bit easier.
Yeah. Gregory Puff found that earlier when he was full clear and everything. And he's got fast. Level 1 fast. Oh my god. Ooh, paper. Paper thin right there.
1 hour 34. Gregory has completely just decimated Kraken, lights the water orb. It's
It is Topher time.
time to get your guesses in chat to see if anybody's actually going to check the validation chest.
It's Gregory's game to lose.
SVJ finding that ribbon, though. Pretty hyped for that.
But now, there is always TOFR.
Both runners having 3 ribbons.
Couple of nukes though. Ribbon don't matter.
That is true. That will definitely decimate Gregory in a little bit of lower levels, except for the black belt.
Gregory with the veteran move, sorting his items out so he has heals. Yeah, I believe Gregory's only in the 40s maybe. He might have hit 40 by now. And we have SaintVonJester heading for Lich.
Gregory turning into the Taco Bell dragons, which have frost. A lot of things have had trance, a lot of things have had frost in them.
Jose's going to take the second fight. Fighting Frost with Ice 3s.
8 hits, 1025, no problem there for Greg.
And there's level 40. And no validation check.
Disappointed, but Gregory is definitely full on go mode here.
Yeah, and Lich is going to last all of around here, so. 2 fasts.
Cake Strat goes off, falling into pieces.
There you go.
I got what I wanted out of the seed.
Yeah, Gregory Puff's making his way out. I don't think there's going to be too much to stop him. Something tells me.
SVJ going back into Earth, gonna completely waste his time here, sadly.
Can't really blame him though. They're still too loose on the table.
Absolutely.
But I think he's going to regret not checking that ruby earlier.
Definitely gonna be a question for in the interviews.
Because he's had that ruby a long time.
Might have actually checked it 2,000 years ago, but forgot what the contents were at this point. Gregory is actually starting to make it down to the Earth floor. Not much longer now for her. Chat pointing out that SVJ does indeed have the Axiologist looking for the key. The Green Medusas have racked.
up with 3 ribbons. You're not really. But they come out in packs when they come out.
Think
Yes.
more interested in the XP at this.
SaintVonJester's even diving back into Earth to get the chests he's missed.
Now we know he only actually skipped first and second floor, so this isn't as huge of a time loss for SVJ, but we all know that it's definitely one off.
And Lich 2. No respect, not even healing. Walking right in, fast and tempers. Black Belt is gonna pound this guy in the pudding.
15 hits, 1640. Yeah, never respect.
Overkill. I mean, that's all he's gonna do for the Fiends. Fast, temper, Black Belt, boom, game over. Meanwhile, SaintVonJester is finally heading towards C. Let's hope he doesn't go to the mermaids first.
Gregory pulling carry too. Swings on, I didn't see which black mage that was, but that was just the tickle. Red mage goes down though, that's potential.
Yeah, there goes all your, there goes all your defensive spells.
Ice 3s goes off for tickle torture right there. Nothing more than 100 damage, not even. 9 hits, 1384 though.
Ding move, they both went black belt.
Question in the chat. So, did we have life spells? Nope. Life and Life 2 were learnable.
I mean, without the power bomb, if both black mages do go down, it could be dicey towards the end.
Definitely true. This seafood party pack is taking a little bit out of Gregory.
I mean, SaintVonJester is just now diving C, so I think it would take a couple of wipes before Gregglypuff would actually be behind, but still gotta worry you.
Lightning too.
I mean, you're at the 140 mark and your opponent hasn't hit .done yet. What do you think? Does it force you to maybe take a few extra risks you wouldn't have took?
Well, this is actually the right play. We definitely know this is the right play that SVJ went Kraken side first.
So he's gonna find his key and he's immediately gonna put his foot on the gas as well.
100%. I don't see him stopping for anything else ever.
And he's about to find it because he's heading right for it. There it is.
There he goes. SVJ gets the key, goes in the go.
Still gonna check another chest. I mean, it's right next door. Meanwhile, Gregglypuff's making his way towards the Kraken.
SVJ taking the free chest, finds an Opal Gauntlet and the Aegis Shield. It's definitely not useful.
See what Kraken's gonna do here. Is Kraken gonna come out swinging, or is he gonna go down with ink?
8 hits, 478. Fast goes off after the fact, but that leaves more for round 2.
Whoa!
8 hits, 772 to the black.
Whoa! And zap! That saved Puff right there.
1784 punching bag to the stars. Kraken 2 goes down, but oh man, that was scary.
If Kraken had to come out with any skill or anything other than zap, that could have been bad.
That would have been what SVJ needed to get back into.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We're about to see what Tiamat 2 has, though. Free second floor, so...
But I think
no problem.
Rub, no good. Temper goes off, Fast goes off, Tiamat's about to get...
Order.
Boom.
16 hits, 1095. Tiamat 2 rolled kind of high. She didn't go down.
Oh, she's gonna go down from this.
Lightning 2
Wait
goes
a
off.
second.
Nothing special there. 15 hits, 749 there.
Gregory Puff is the first to make it to the big fella, the big yellow goof.
The big fella, so Gregory is actually pulling Seamus and not Chaos.
Alright, rearranging the party, and away we go. Fast tempers and attack.
Punches SVJ right there, no problem. 14 hits, 423. Temper goes off late. That's okay. That's definitely okay. We're all okay.
Bye.
Oh, there goes SVJ.
Hey, you might survive. You might be last man standing.
Ink goes off, free turn, Ice 3, 67, punching bag strats, 15 hits, 974, GG to Greg.
Your GG's out in chats, folk.
Official SRL time, 1:43:14, congratulations.
Black belt strats do work.
And getting that level 40-ish for Gregory definitely saved him because of that Kraken too.
That was close. 13 hit points. Woo! See if we can get Gregory in here for an interview.
Yes, indeed. SVJ is going to be heading to Temple of Fiends by the
Looks like SVJ is going to finish this out.
Goes to class change. I can definitely respect that. Get some extra HP. Gregory, here we are again. Congratulations.
Thank you. GG's. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
So, how was that Ruby?
Oh, man. Like, there was, when I went to Crescent originally, I saw that Ruby in the vendor shop, and typically I pick up vendor items regardless of whether I need them or not, just because I want, I'm like, what if I need that extra key item to get my experience boost? And for whatever reason, I was like, it's not going to be a big deal. Like, I already have the airship. There's no possible way that loose item could be in those 4 chests. And sure enough.
So when you actually picked up that loose Oxyale, how desperate were you feeling in an hour and a half?
Oh my gosh, like I was like, there's no way at this point that like I'm anywhere. Like, and granted, most people aren't going to pick that up. I mean, I wouldn't say most people. I'm sure somebody would have picked up that ruby and checked those chests there. But I was just hoping that, my opponent tonight didn't bother picking up the ruby or checking those chests either.
He picked up the ruby way early. He picked up the ruby when he first found it, but he never checked it.
Oh no.
Till later.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I was like, when I full cleared Earth, I was like, all right, well, there's only 4 chests I know I have not checked, because typically I'll leave chests around. Like, I don't typically check the red dragon chest, and I don't typically check top marsh. But this time, knowing what was going on, I still had 2 loose items, and there was areas I needed to go on ahead and just make sure that they weren't there. And I had obviously had it narrowed down to those 4 chests at that point.
I think the big question here, and I see it going around in chat, when Kraken 2 hit you and put you down to 13, what was the thought?
I mean, the whole thing was as if that black belt had passed on, I would have to hard reset out. So I was like, no, don't hit him like that. That's a lot of damage. But it wasn't enough damage.
And those extra levels definitely paying off for you big time. SVJ did a little bit of a grind, but definitely not up to the 40-ish range.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I told myself I was going to be done with my grind at 1 hour. So you guys were probably like, what's he grinding up to? I was literally grinding to the moment that my clock next to me said 1 hour on the dot. And I was like, all right, I'm done. I'll pick up the extra levels on the way. I still have 2 loose items, so I will eventually get those levels.
Oh yeah, Chad definitely played a guessing game with that one. SVJ checking the validations, finds a pure potion at about 5.
Yeah, did he ever find Bonk? I never found Bonk. I don't think I had Defense Sword either.
No, nobody found anything.
Nope, boat went unfound.
It must have been in Mermaid, because I can't imagine anywhere else it could possibly be. Because I mean, I'm sure you watched. I mean, I literally cleared the entire game. It felt like.
So the only things you missed actually were a little bit of Sharknado floor, mermaids, all the key lock stuff. So yeah, that's...
Oh yeah, and somebody's pointing out in chat key lock boxes. So those chests. Obviously, there was no possible way I was checking those chests at that point. I was already at like level 40-ish, and I needed to go in a million ways.
SaintVonJester now just hitting the earth floor.
So how are you feeling going 3-2 and not actually having to worry about the last chance qualifier and having to...
I feel much better for sure, because I would prefer to be one of 6 people to move on into the final 16, as opposed to being one of, having to beat a bunch of 2 and 3s, like be the one guy that makes it into the last chance qualifier. So I'm pretty happy I made it where I did, considering where I started. I think I started at, I didn't think, I know I started 0-2, so I'm glad I'm now 3-2.
Honestly, with starting off 0-2 and you just got that momentum swinging your way, going up to 2-2, you had to feel confident coming.
I mean, yes and no. SaintVonJester's been around for a long time. I mean, I felt more confident at 2-2 than I did at 0-2. But I still take all my competition very, very seriously, and I've been working on my strategy for this particular setup. I can thank, actually, I wonder if Shadow Walker's out there, because I can thank him for my actual party comp, because his party comp for this week was, well, never mind. He hasn't done his races yet, so never mind. Probably shouldn't. I forgot his race got canceled yesterday, so never mind. But I would thank him for my particular party comp. He's not going to run the exact same thing, but he gave me an idea of my particular party comp.
So speaking of crazy party comps, how did it feel when you both decided to actually just not use any sort of defense?
Yeah, I mean, those white magic spells, they were few and far between, for sure. And by the time I decided to do my tail turn in, I had forgotten where anything useful was anyway. I think Fade was completely locked out, so I would have had to have brought a white mage along, and I don't think I ever saw Life or Life 2.
Fade was like...
Carrie's got Nuke.
Oh, Nuku, be praised.
Yeah, she does.
Took out the black mage.
So
we didn't check the Gaia level 8 or the Lefane level 8, so it's probably where it's...
I assume that's where it was, because like I said, I never saw either life spell. I think I saw Cure 4, but it was unlearnable on rack. I could have picked up Lamp, which I can't believe I didn't pick it up. I mean, it was there. And we all know that Lamp it's one of the best spells in the game, for sure. Especially level 7. It's a good spot for it.
Truly. It only takes one cast.
Well, VonJester is heading towards Kraken now.
So, by the way, me and SaintVonJester did not have any conversation about party comps, so I'm a little surprised to see that he's running a black belt as well. Like, I just happened to look at Twitch. I mean, the meta, as everyone keeps saying, has been pretty much fighter comp. And I mean, I ran fighter last week, and I ran fighter against Lord Fizzlebeef. But I wanted to just kind of shake it up a little bit and go back to old school strats for myself.
Chat calling you out on the gentleman's agreement.
No, seriously, I never spoke to SaintVonJester about our party comp. This was the party I was planning on running the whole time. I had no idea he was going to run black belts. Yeah, like Lord Fizzlebeef says, did he really... he really challenged me on my turf? My turf.
When I first started doing this randomizer, I did a lot of the black belt strats, and Kraken just slapped the ever-living whatever out of that black belt.
Yeah, and he had to reset out. That's what I would have had to have done if he had done the same thing to mine.
SVJ is officially forfeited from that Kraken fight. I don't blame him in the slightest.
He's going for the Hooray Dwarf to end it.
Hooray!
I don't blame him either. See if we can get him in here right quick.
Sounds good.
So the early game wasn't too bad, to be honest.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't too bad. I had those. I had all those. The World of Fire 3s, which obviously carried me through Marsh. That was. It's pretty much that. Like I was able to get through Marsh okay. This is one of the first seasons in a long time that I've run this particular week practicing up that I actually had warp and or exit in a learnable slot. So that was nice to actually be able to warp out of things because.
Welcome, SVJ. Congratulations on almost finishing.
I tried to beat the master at his own game and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, chat was saying that we had some sort of gentleman's agreement. I pulled up the video and saw you were running a black belt. I'm like, just so everyone knows, we did not talk about this party.
No, I've been watching your streams and it's like you've been getting a lot of fast times in your black belt. So I was like, I figured the only way I could beat you is to run your game and you can play your game better than I can. Like my grind was not good.
Yeah, I was very unhappy with my grind as well. My black belt got glanced something stupid in Ice Cave, so I was like, well, I guess the eye's off the thing, so I'll just go on ahead and hopefully Agamas won't be a pain in the butt. And they were a little pain, but not as painful as they were in my race.
I was able to grind eyes. I was actually able to get there. I first tried to get in there and I got destroyed by the trap tile. Mm-hmm. So I went to Mirage to try to find any loose items, and I was able to get a few levels. So I got warp out, and I went down, and I just warped right in. I grinded eyes till I was like level 26, 27, and then I just got the rest of my levels running around. But yeah, I didn't have life, and that really hurts.
Yeah, I got really scared about the unrunnable wraiths, which was another reason why I didn't have the light axe or the mage staff yet. So
I had the mage staff, so I was good there.
Okay. Yeah. See, I just couldn't. I just couldn't bring myself to grinding there, knowing that those wraiths were unrunnable.
Yeah, I couldn't find Power Gauntlet or White Shirt, which really would have helped out. But it's just like. I got the Kraken though. I'm happy about that. And then my black belt got one-shotted.
Well, let these guys tell you what happened to my black belt during that battle.
Okay.
13 hit points left on the table.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I had he hit me for like 7 something, and yeah, I had 13 hit points left.
Yeah, I only had 618 hit points at the end of my grind. So I was like, I just gotta go. I didn't have any heal spells or any ruse or anything like that, so I was looking for defense, and I bet you it was in mermaids, like everything else is.
So, SVJ, you bought the ruby early.
Yes.
Did you ever think about going to check that at all until until you knew you had to?
I thought about it for a while. I was like, let's just see what happens. But in the middle of me saying, I'm in go mode, I was like, no key. So I had to. So I ran around for the key, and I ground all of Earth Cave for it, and then sure enough I found it in Krakenside floor, so I was like, when I was sitting there staring at that ruby the whole time, I'm like, I bet you something's in there. I bet you something's in there, and sure enough there was the Oxyl.
Yeah, I did the exact same thing. I saw that ruby right when I got to Crescent, and was like, I had the money. I mean, we were running black belt stretch. You have all the money in the world. Yeah. And I was like, nah. I don't need it.
I dove waterfall, got what I needed, and came back out, and I was like, yay, there's a ruby. I'll pick it up for the 12 items, and didn't even think about turning it in until I was like, yeah, I got all my 12 items. I won't need this.
So something that I was actually concerned about, SVJ, it took you a long time, like a super long time, to go back for warp. Was that a concern?
I didn't remember warp was there, and I actually did not know that warp was actually level 4 because I didn't check level 4 black magic. So when I couldn't find it, I was like, okay, I don't know what to do here, and that's where I got lost. That's why I went to Volcano, couldn't kill the Agamas because I was too low level, so I exited out. Tried to go to Ice Cave, got destroyed by the trap tile, exited out, and So, and then when I ground my eyes, I got 2 characters. I got one of my red mages and my black belt, and I got nervous because I was running out of warp charges, and I didn't want to go down there and look around. So, like I said, I tried to beat Greg late his own game, and it didn't work. I won't make that same mistake again.
How are you feeling at 2 and 3 now? Do you think you can win the?
I don't say I can or cannot do anything. I'm here to have fun. I mean, even though I lost and I forfeited, I'm not salty about it at all. I was having a great time doing something I don't run a black belt ever, and it's like it was something new and exciting, and I was like, I want to talk to Greg Lee and learn how to do this because it was fun, and I want to do it again. I was very sad when I found the Vorpal. That's all I have to say.
I actually did equip it on my red mage.
So did I. I told my community, and this will make Lyra, gasp. But if I found the Vorpal early and I needed the money, I would have sold it. The Vorpal can help in more ways than killing. Okay.
But you found Excal first, and nobody sold that.
I didn't want to sell a cruddy sword. I wanted to sell a good sword. So.
Well, you could have sold the Maz Moon if you wanted to sell a good sword.
They don't accept wet noodles in the stores.
Oh, spicy.
Only Chaos accepts that as a tribute to our success.
So, looking forward to potentially week 6, the last chance qualifiers, the play-in races. Any final thoughts?
I mean, for myself, I just, I'm gonna go out, like I say every time, I'm gonna go out there and I'm just gonna do the best I can possibly do. I'm going to try, just run the best that I can, and hopefully I'll get in that top 6, because I assume, based on my mathematics, there's, of the 14, I think, that are gonna be 3 and 2, plus the one person from the 2 and 3, so 15-ish people. I think 6 total is what needs to make up that top 16. So hopefully, like I said, I'll be able to do well enough to squeak into the tournament, and then we'll see what happens there. Maybe I'll get knocked out in the first round, more than likely. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll, dark horse it. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same boat. I mean, I'm happy, honestly, with the 2 and 3. Even if I don't make it into the qualifiers, it's, I'm gonna just play my hardest on the next in that plane race. I'm not gonna give up. It's a fun thing to do, and I'm enjoying it. And if it ends, it ends. But I will just move on and wait and practice and practice and practice. And you haven't seen the last of me, even if I lose. I promise.
Even if you do lose, we hope to see you in the team tournament coming up in the summer and then the future. Any final thoughts?
No, I enjoyed watching the Battle of the Black Belts, to be honest. It's been a long time since I've seen a Black Belt totally make pudding out of the Fiends. So GG to Ordeals, and good luck upcoming.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night, everybody in chat, and thank you, Speed Gaming 2, for obviously having us, and Lyra and the Hangry Canuck for doing your thing, and Danny's our tracker, right? For her tracking it up. So thanks.
So I guess that's going to do it for us for tonight then. This concludes the week 5 race for this evening, but there's definitely more coming up on the schedule, and you can check the links out in the randomizer in the chat there. For Danny, for Canuck, for Gregley, SVJ, this is the White Witch Lyra. I hope you all have a beautiful night, and we'll see you again next time. Have a great one.